The headline says, QAnon Dad, I was deceived and delusional when I shot my children with a spearfishing gun. The California surf dad who allegedly killed his young children last year after he was enlightened by QAnon said he was delusional at the time, now that he spent 10 months in jail with no access to conspiracy websites. Matthew Taylor Coleman allegedly shot his 3-year-old Kaleo and 10-month-old Roxy in the chest with spearfishing guns after he abruptly drove them to Mexico last August while he and his wife were in the middle of packing for a family trip. Now, I'm sure everybody's heard about QAnon. And QAnon, it's a movement, and it's worldwide. It's not just in the United States. And according to Wikipedia, QAnon is a political conspiracy theory that later evolved into a political movement. It originated in the American far-right political sphere. QAnon centers on false claims made by an anonymous individual or individuals known as Q. The core QAnon theory is that the cabal of satanic, cannibalistic essayers of children operating a global child sex trafficking ring conspired against former U.S. President Donald Trump during his term in office. QAnon has direct roots in Pizzagate, an internet conspiracy theory that appeared 1 year earlier. It also incorporates many elements of many other theories. Some experts have described QAnon as a cult, and if you haven't looked up Pizzagate, that is a huge rabbit hole to go down. Followers of the conspiracy theory say that Trump is secretly fighting the cabal of pedophiles and will conduct mass arrests and executions of thousands of cabal members on a day known as the storm or the event. QAnon supporters have named Democratic politicians, Hollywood actors, high-ranking government officials, business tycoons, and medical experts as members of the cabal. QAnon has also claimed that Trump stimulated the conspiracy of Russian interference in the 2016 U.S. presidential election to enlist Robert Mueller to join him in exposing the sex trafficking ring and to prevent a coup d'etat by Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and George Soros. And I started reading up on Q last year and kind of started looking into things, and it is a huge movement. And they have some pretty wild conspiracy theories out there. And if you get too involved in it, it's one of those that will suck you in. So the affidavit for this says, on August 7th, 2021, M. Coleman took his 2 children, RC, 10 months old, and Casey, 2 years old, from the home he shared with his wife and mother of his children, AC, in Santa Barbara, California, to Rosarito, Baja California, Mexico. While in Rosarito, M. Coleman murdered his children by shooting a spearfishing gun into their chest. On August 9th of 2021, during a Mirandaized interview, M. Coleman confessed to the murders. A.C. Coleman reported M. Coleman missing. On August 9, 2021, SBPD Sergeant Brian Larson contacted me regarding a possible parental kidnapping. Sergeant Larson provided me with a copy of a missing person police report that was taken by the SBPD. I reviewed the police report and learned the following. On August 7, 2021, SBPD Officer Barrega spoke to AC via telephone regarding her husband, M. Coleman. AC reported to the SBPD that she, her husband, M. Coleman, and their 2 children, RC and Casey, planned to go on a camping trip. Instead, AC said that M. Coleman had left the residence in the family's Mercedes Sprinter van with RC and Casey. AC reported that M. Coleman did not tell her where he was going and was not answering her text messages. In addition, AC was concerned because M. Coleman did not have a car seat. AC asked the officer to contact M. Coleman via telephone. AC further stated that she did not believe that M. Coleman would harm her children, nor did she believe her children were in any danger. AC told the officer that she was not in any danger and believed that M. Coleman would eventually return to their residence. The officer attempted to contact M. Coleman by telephone but received no response. The officer offered to meet AC in person. AC declined the request and no further assistance. On August 8, 2021, AC called SBPD to follow up on the previous day's report. At approximately 6:59 p.m., SBPD officer Michael Chung responded to AC's residence in Santa Barbara and met with AC. AC reiterated that on August 7, 2021, her husband, M. Coleman, left the residence with their 2 children in the Mercedes Sprinter van. AC requested SBPD's assistance in reporting M. Coleman and their 2 children missing. AC reported that she did not have any problems with M. Coleman and they did not have any sort of argument prior to him leaving. Family members reported that they were unable to telephonically reach M. Coleman. Officer Chung asked AC whether she could attempt to use the Find My iPhone application to locate M. Coleman's phone. AC agreed and turned on her laptop, which showed that M. Coleman's last known location was at Pavilion Rosarito, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce these names, in Rosarito, Baja California, Mexico at approximately 2:24 p.m. According to an open source query, Pavilion Rosarito was an open-air shopping center with an address of Cali Reforma 300 Parcelas, 22710 Rosarito, BC Reforma, and Cynthia, Tijuana, and Cynthia 300 22710 Rosarito, BC, Mexico. On August 9, 2021, Sergeant Larson provided me with a photograph of M. Coleman and his children, RC and Casey. M. Coleman was located returning from Mexico. On August 9, 2021, Sergeant Larson sent me a screenshot showing me where M. Coleman's cellular telephone was located using the Find My iPhone app. I saw that it was in Mexico near the San Isidro port of entry. I contacted the FBI in San Diego and requested their assistance in conducting an interview of M. Coleman upon his entry into the United States to determine the welfare of the children. At approximately 1 p.m., M. Coleman arrived at the port in the Mercedes Sprinter van. M. Coleman was referred to secondary inspection. There were no other occupants in the Mercedes Sprinter van. Federal agents took custody of the van. During the initial inspection of the van, I was informed that Customs and Border Protection officers observed what appeared to be blood on the Mercedes Sprinter's van registration paperwork. FBI Supervisory Special Agent Joyce Dentz told me that she learned that M. Coleman was not accompanied by his children. She contacted her Mexican liaison partners from SSPM, informing them of 2 missing children. After she provided the SSPM Rosarito with the ages of the children, an SSPM Rosarito officer informed her that the SSPM Rosarito located 2 deceased children matching RC and Casey's descriptions at approximately 8 a.m. that morning, August 9th, 2021, in a ditch. I reviewed the photographs of the deceased children and observed large puncture wounds in their chest cavities. The photos of the 2 children provided by the Mexican authorities appeared to be the same children depicted in a photograph of the children with M. Coleman previously provided. M. Coleman was taken into an interview room at the SYPOE. FBI SA Nathaniel Dingle provided M. Coleman his Miranda rights. M. Coleman waived his rights and agreed to speak with the agents. The interview was recorded. At the conclusion of the interview, I met with S.A. Dingle, who told me the following. M. Coleman confessed to killing his children, R.C. and Casey. M. Coleman said that he drove his children to Mexico on Saturday, August 7th of 2021. Because he did not have a car seat, he placed his youngest child, R.C., in a box and departed without AC. M. Coleman stated that he believed his children were going to grow into monsters, so he had to kill them. At approximately 5 a.m., M. Coleman drove south on Descanso Road. He pulled off to the side of the road in the area of Rancho del Cielo. M. Coleman stated that he first killed R.C. using a spear fishing gun, piercing R.C. in the heart. M. Coleman stated that Casey did not die right away. M. Coleman described that he had to move the spear around, thereby cutting his hand in the process. I later observed the marks on M. Coleman's hands consistent with his statement. Photographs showing those marks were taken. After he killed his children, M. Coleman said that he moved their bodies approximately 30 yards away and placed them in some brush. M. Coleman provided the agents with the approximate location of the bodies, which coincided with where their bodies were located by the Mexican authorities. M. Coleman stated he drove a couple of miles where he had then discarded the spear fishing gun and bloody clothes near a creek. He threw the bloody clothes into a blue trash bin somewhere off the side of a road in Tijuana, Mexico. M. Coleman explained that he was enlightened by QAnon and the Illuminati conspiracy theories and was receiving visions and signs revealing that his wife, AC, possessed serpent DNA and had passed it on to his children. M. Coleman said that he was saving the world from monsters. M. Coleman identified photographs depicting R.C. and Casey's body as recovered by the Mexican authorities as his children. M. Coleman marked each photograph with his initials. M. Coleman was asked whether he knew what he did was wrong. M. Coleman stated he knew it was wrong, but it was the only course of action that would save the world. At approximately 2:30 a.m. on August 10, 2021, I transported M. Coleman from the SYPOE to Santa Ana Jail. While being booked into custody, the jailer asked M. Coleman why he had a Band-Aid on his hand. He said it was from hurting his children. So he was like deeply involved in it. They believe, and I'm not sure if QAnon believes it or not. I never read anything in the QAnon, but I know there are conspiracies about reptilian people, and you can look all that up on YouTube if you want to go down that road. But they get pretty deep into stuff. And according to People magazine, Coleman penned a 2-page letter to a friend discussing his thinking over the past 10 months. He said, "I was deceived. I was deceiving myself. I know now that the serpent DNA thing was a delusion in my own mind. I made myself believe something that wasn't there." Authorities say that Coleman was adherent to the false QAnon conspiracy, which says that former President Donald Trump is leading a secret fight against Satan worshiping pedophiles at high levels of power and influence. His wife, Abby Coleman, told investigators that she had researched QAnon with him, but that he became significantly more paranoid that people around him were involved in a conspiracy. In jail, Coleman has no access to conspiracy websites, and he wrote to his friend that he's sorting through it all now and having to use my mind to figure things out. There's a lot to unpack, but I have to figure out what I really believe, but I don't have access to information anymore. And everybody loves a conspiracy theory. I like them, but I don't get into them to the point that I let it, A, rule my life, and B, distort my thinking. You have to look at these with a logical mind, because some of the conspiracy theories out there are just so far-fetched that it's like the whole reptilian people and the serpent people and things like that. It's just so far-fetched, there's no way it could be true. Now, there are some conspiracy theories that do come true, but you have to use critical thinking when looking into these things. This is all I have for now. Y'all have a good day.